It's all you, Bri.
Welcome to Let's Thrive with Bri and Abby. Today we're going to be talking about all things during prep. So, show day, everything that goes throughout the entire journey of the duration that we're in prep, all the good stuff.
Sweet. Yes, I'm excited to get into it. So last episode we did all the things to know before you go into prep. So now we're just going to talk about prep itself. And then next episode will be post-show. And then we'll wrap it up from there.
Sounds good. We actually have a few questions that we got from Instagram just regarding show day and like everything that went through the entire prep, like things that we went through. So we're kind of going to go through some of those and maybe answer a few.
Yes, ma'am. So we'll just get rolling into these questions. So my client Caitlin asked a question. She said, she has a couple questions. What you overall learned from prep? I guess we can both just touch on that.
I learned a lot about myself. I learned how much that I can endure in terms of the pressure, and that's what I loved most about the entire journey. But learning wise, like educational purpose, I learned how certain foods can trigger your body to doing certain things. Like I bloated with like cauliflower rice and broccoli. So just learning a lot about food and your body.
Yeah, 100%. So I was definitely going to say the number one main thing is you learn so much about yourself when you have to dig deep, like when you're doing cardio and you have to dig really deep, when it's like 4 p.m. and you have no food left and you have to dive really deep. So that's when you learn the most about yourself, is when you put yourself in situations that are hard and uncomfortable. So definitely learned a lot about myself through prep. So that would be my number one thing. And then like Bri said, like educational wise, I think I just learned a lot about like the human body and like just what is real health and what is like down regulated health and hormones. I learned a lot about hormonal health because you are down regulating all your hormones and losing your period and all those kinds of things. So it's kind of interesting to see, like, you're kind of facing similar things that you would face in an eating disorder, not to compare the two, but you are down regulating your hormones, which is what happens when you do have an eating disorder. So it's kind of just interesting to see how your body responds like in those situations with like low food, I guess. So
Yeah, that was challenging to have to adapt to that. So another question that we have is the best and worst part of bikini prep. What would you say that is?
the best part, I mean, I guess it's kind of like that's kind of it's show day.
Yeah, honestly.
I mean, although like you are feeling pretty crappy still on show day, you are fed a little bit, but I guess my favorite part was show day, with just seeing all my family and friends like supporting me and just kind of celebrating the hard work. And I didn't do a show after my first show. I just did like one and done. So I was really able to just like celebrate after and spend time with my family, my friends. So that was probably my favorite part.
Yeah, I think that's my favorite part too. Like you step on stage for like no more than a total of 5 minutes the entire time. And like at most. And like that part is just such a bright spot because like literally you're the center of attention, whether you like it or not. And at that moment I really liked it. Like I'm not one for attention, but that day I was like, yes, it's all about me. But yeah, celebrating after, the food after was probably the best part of the prep because
oh yeah, and like I didn't even go to like that fancy or that great of a place. It was just this random place in College Station, but just like being able to just go out and eat again and have like nachos or whatever it was fire.
I had Cheesecake Factory.
I had some random like, I think I don't freaking remember. Some type of like Tex-Mex, I think.
So now, worst part about prep, I would say, is the hours and hours and hours of cardio. Like, I think I did so many hours of cardio, it might lead up to almost like a month. Like, in terms of hours.
Cardio, I actually didn't mind cardio in prep.
No, I hated it. Like, I wanted to kill myself. Kidding.
She's kidding.
I didn't.
No, I actually didn't mind cardio. I thought cardio, because I had so much fasted cardio, like even before my food got really low into prep, like I was doing fasted cardio maybe like 10 weeks out, I think I was, maybe even before that. But I really enjoyed fasted cardio because it was like first thing in the morning, and it was very like meditative for me most days, and you really had to dig deep for those sessions, and I would just like rip a podcast or like an audiobook. So I I like that, kind of. But worst part of prep, I would probably say, I remember week 4, week 4 weeks out, I started feeling like absolute dog shit. And I just remember just feeling like almost like I was sick. Like when you're sick, when you have no energy and you just like can't get out of bed and like not even energy to go up and make a meal. Like that was the worst thing for me, is just feeling like I can't do stuff because my energy was just so low. And I always remember that after those days, the next day I would hit a new low in the morning. So that's why those days were so brutal. That was probably the worst part of prep.
Yeah, I was always cold on prep.
Bro, I lived in New England.
Oh, that's true.
In winter. It was like 20 degrees in the morning. It would be like snowing out and I'd be like in my bikini doing check-ins.
I was looking at joggers and like sweatshirts in like 97-degree weather because I was freezing.
Well, I would have killed for that weather. I mean, I still would have been cold, but... Okay. Let's move on. What is the difference between bikini and powerlifting? That is a huge difference.
Huge difference. You're big and strong in one, and you're
weak and
skinny
tiny.
and muscular with some sort of strength, but yeah.
I guess the main difference, powerlifting, they're both sports. Powerlifting is about strength. It's not anything about aesthetics. You could look shredded. You could look obese. Like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
All that matters is you're in your weight class and you're lifting the weight. That's all that matters. Bikini prep doesn't matter how much you can lift. It matters what you look like, how you present yourself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's the
that's
easiest way
it.
to explain it. And I did both of those just at different times in my life when I wanted different things. So, that's that. Let's see. Would you do powerlifting?
No.
I was
Never.
joking around with you about this the other day. I was like,
I would
do you want
never.
to do powerlifting with me, please?
I would never do powerlifting. Like, no disrespect, no hate. It's just not for me.
I cannot picture.
Nope.
Bri. Actually, no.
Thanks, but no. Appreciate
That's
that.
okay. There's something for everyone. Show day ins and outs.
Run me
Ins.
through your show day.
Bring me through. Okay,
Yeah.
show day was very stressful for me, I feel like. Getting like the hair done, the makeup done, the tan done, making sure I'm timing all my meals properly, and the sodium and the salt. Ooh, one of the things I hated about show day was being water restricted. Holy crap.
I think I had 8 ounces that whole day.
I thought I had
Up
like...
until dinner.
How many did I have? I don't freaking remember now. It was probably around that. But I just remember having like the biggest headache all day and just feeling like constipated because I wasn't drinking water. And I had like... The night before show day, I had like 6 English muffins, like 6 full English muffins. That's what my coach told me to do. And then show day itself, I just was like so carved up. No fiber, no water. I just was like constipated.
That's rough. No, yeah, that's rough.
Yeah, so the goods and the bads of show day, what else? I mean, it was fun to get like all dolled up and tan and like see everything come together. That was fun. But
yeah.
What I don't like about show day is that prejudging and finals are so spaced out. So it's like, what the heck are you supposed to do in between? I did take a nap though, so that was good.
Yeah, see, like I didn't have that. Like finals and prejudging like gapped. It was like right back to back.
Oh, I wish it was that.
So
Because it was like you went in for prejudging and then you left the venue and then it's like, now what do I do? And then it was like 5 hours later.
Yeah, no. So our class went on. We lined up.
I would have loved that.
And like was moved around by the judges, and then whatever position you were in, they called it, and whoever was first in that class stayed backstage, and then finals for the entire bikini went on.
Gotcha.
And then you were like done after that.
Summer shredding looked fun.
It was so fun.
I think a fun show to be at.
Yeah, I don't think it was as stressful as yours because it was just such a like an amateur.
Yeah, because mine was like an NPC, so it was stressful, especially because I didn't know what to like expect like backstage and everything. And I remember before I went on, I didn't know what was going on back there. I just heard like the guy backstage calling like Class A, Class B, like bikini, figure, whatever it was. But I remember the most stressful part, I talked about this on my YouTube, was I was backstage. My coach had like ran off to like grab a meal or something, and I was backstage alone, and I hear the guy backstage saying, Abby Hemmett, where is Abby Hemmett?
Oh my gosh.
I'm supposed to be on stage right now. I am under a blanket. I do not have my heels on. I am not glazed. I do not have a pump. I didn't pump up. Absolutely nothing. Did not carb up. Like, I was not ready. So I went on stage, like, totally just raw.
Oh my gosh.
And I was so stressed out. It's already stressful. And I was supposed to be lining up. And I didn't know that. So.
That's tough. No, yeah. I was lined up because, like, they called us and then they had us in our little line. We were, like, eating our snacks. We were doing our little pump up. And then we, like, walked to the stage and then one by one. Like, it was so, like,
I don't know
like,
why. I was
hold
just
my
so,
hand. Here you go.
I was so stressed out.
I was like, let's get this show on the road.
Oh.
I'm hungry.
Yeah, damn. I don't know why I was so stressed out. And I left my food bag in the car.
Oof.
So that was kind of stressful.
That's an L.
I had all my carbies in it, but my coach brought me, like, she had little honey packets that I was just, like, drinking honey packets.
Honey is
but
gross.
It tasted so good on show day after you haven't
honey.
been having anything like that.
I had a plain rice cake with, like, strawberry jam, like, full of
That's
sugar.
fire.
And I was like, oh. And then after, like, I, like, got off stage, won my class, left,
Dang.
sat down in the, like,
That's, like, one thing. It's,
stands.
like, your taste buds in prep. Like,
are so enhanced.
I would have eaten anything and, like, thought it was delicious.
James and I, together, we finished 3 cheesecakes
That night?
that night. And then I had, like, chicken parm, licked my plate clean.
Did you wake up wicked bloated?
Nope. I had, like, rock solid abs. I was like,
Damn.
I was like, this is
Like,
the life.
refeed.
And then I just
That's sick.
couldn't stop after.
That's sick. Oh yeah, we'll talk about that next episode.
Tear.
Okay. Anything else for show day itself? Ins and outs.
I mean, you're either ready or you're not.
Yeah, that's another thing. Is like I felt ready. Like you did the work. The work is done. You should just enjoy it. It shouldn't be super stressful.
Yeah.
I was just stressed out.
Like,
I get stressed out.
Yeah. Like, you should be proud of yourself no matter what for getting that far.
Yes, ma'am. Okay. How to manage sleep on prep or lack thereof. So, sleep and prep. As you get lean, your sleep starts to get shitty.
Yeah. Because you're hungry.
Your
and
hormones, you're hungry. Oh, that's a big thing. Is like waking up at the moment hungry, and it's like, shoot, I can't start eat. I use my calories for today. I don't want to cut into tomorrow's calories if I wake up at 3 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
So then it's just like you're hungry in bed. That's rough.
And, like, when I would wake up in the middle of the night and I was thirsty, I couldn't drink water because that would affect my early morning weigh-in weight.
I didn't even think of that.
Yeah. So, like, I
shoot.
would just use the bathroom and, like, cotton mouth, go back to bed.
I
Miserable.
think I would just drink. I don't feel like that, like, I held on to too much water because of that, but who knows.
I hold on to water.
Um,
But sleep overall, like, it depended on, like, how my day was. Like, if the gym, like, wrecked me, I slept like a baby.
Yeah, sometimes you can definitely sleep like a baby because you're so tired, but then other times you're still waking up with like hunger pangs or whatever it is, or just all your hormones are out of whack, so your sleep isn't going to be optimal anyway. So you might toss and turn a lot of the night.
Yeah, like, I had to wake up for most days, like, at 5 or 4:30 in the morning. So I was always in bed by, like, 8, which made me feel kind of good because I was going to bed early, which made me excited to eat the next day.
That's also good that you were able to go to bed early because then you're
I
not,
wasn't
like,
so hungry at night.
snacking
Yeah.
at like 10. Yeah.
I guess I was kind of sane.
Yeah. So for sleep, did you take any like sleep supplements or anything?
Mm-mm.
I did. So I took magnesium calm. Have you had that?
Mm-mm.
So like a magnesium supplement before bed. I had like the gummy ones. So those you can take every night. They don't have like melatonin or anything. They're just straight magnesium. That's really good for sleep and just getting staying calm, that kind of thing. And then I would take Beam, not every night, but I would take Beam. Has like a CBD hot cocoa. Pat still takes it now. I'm fine with my sleep now, but it was basically like a CBD supplement to help you sleep. It had like a little bit of melatonin in it, but that pretty much knocked me out.
All right.
Okey-doke.
How was your relationship with food before prep?
Before prep, I would say a solid 9.9 out of 10.
Yeah, my relationship with food before prep is fine.
Mine was
was-
fine.
Eating according to the macros I set for myself. I had balance. If I wanted to have brunch with a friend, I had brunch with a friend. If I wanted to have a date night with James, we had a date night. Like,
And then you were back on protocol.
Yeah.
Like whatever.
hitting
fun.
my protein, making
Yeah.
it fun. But I feel like after prep,
After prep,
yeah.
it's a different ballgame. So
Silence
so
is
we'll
loud.
talk we'll talk about that in our post show episode. But before prep, solid. We had great relationships with food.
Oh, yeah.
Prep. A question about bulimia nervosa. I don't think we're qualified to talk about that here.
I am not a professional on any means of that level, so I wish I could help you. And
talk to a professional. We're here to support you, like, psychologically, whatever it is, like, just as a friend and stuff. But we don't have, like,
I
the
pray that
tools
you
to
get
give
over it. I pray that you heal from it, but can't really give you truthful advice. Is going to a national show to earn your pro card a goal for you?
During my prep, it was like on my mind and stuff. Now, I'm not like, that's not a huge goal of mine. I mean, if I compete again, yes, it would be a goal, but I'm just not 100% sure if I'm going to be competing again. So it's hard to really make that a goal. I don't like to make something a goal unless I'm like, okay,
like 100%.
Yeah.
I think I would. Like, I've planned to compete in the spring, and depending on how well I improve this improvement season, like, I'm pretty sure I can bring a really good package to the stage. And then hopefully, like, I would want to do what, like, Allie Prince did. She competed at, like, an NPC show, qualified for nationals, went to a national show, and, like, made her mark. And then now she's just going to go back to, like, national shows.
Yeah. So if I compete again, that would definitely be the plan. Yeah,
that's something that I plan to do, because if I can bring my best package to the NPC stage, nationally qualify, go to nationals, make my mark, take an off season, go back. So, like, definitely, I think most likely that's one of my goals, to getting my pro card, which seems hard, but I feel like if I have my mindset to it, it's not going to be that bad. Like, I can do it.
And I feel like genetically we're in a good spot where, like, we wouldn't even have to do, like, enhancements. Not to get into that whole rant, but I would want to do so naturally. I just because before prep, I was like totally open to doing, like, different enhancements and things. But, like, now, just, like, I'm really just seeing the toll on my health post-show, that I really just want to keep my health as a priority. So it's kind of funny how, like, things change and, like, priorities and things, I guess.
Yeah, I would never do enhancements because, like, I personally would rather have a family than have a pro card. Like, I don't want to jeopardize my future with, like, having a family over, like, a title behind my name or a label after my name.
Exactly.
Like, I'd rather be able to just live my life.
Yeah, long-term health.
Longevity.
Health, like, at the moment, too. Like,
yeah, like, literally care about yourself, please.
Yeah, like, I try to do my prep as healthily as possible, but that's all you can do. So, let's see. What else do we have? Oh, wait, we still have a good amount.
Yeah, okay. This one's from Taylor Saylor. She said, did you ever cheat during your prep? If so, how did it affect you mentally?
Hey, Taylor. I forgot she asked us a question.
Hey, Tay.
She just competed, and she's, I think, 6 or 7 weeks out. Did you see?
Yeah.
Her post?
She looks crazy.
She looks fire. But she's doing figure. Yeah, she's doing figure.
Yeah.
Did you ever cheat during prep? If so, how did it affect you mentally? I actually don't think I cheated during prep.
I didn't.
Like, I never, like, in prep, I never, like, went off and, like, binged. Like, if I felt like I was going to binge, I just went to bed. Like,
yeah. If I felt that I tried to stay out of, like, the kitchen living room area most times of the day. So I was either in my room, I wasn't home, or I was shopping.
Exactly. And, like, I had my food, like, pretty much planned for what I was going to eat during the day. And I was eating, like, really well during prep with, like, I was trying to get really creative with my meals so I could still enjoy them. And I think that helped me. And just including something sweet. Like, I always ended the day with, like, cream of rice with whatever toppings I could put on it. So having, like, foods, or if I could fit in, like, a yasso bar, that was, at the beginning of prep, I could do that. Stuff like that made it so, like, I didn't feel as inclined to binge and cheat. But, no, I did not cheat during prep.
But that takes me to, like, another point. Like, I was on a meal plan and you were on macros.
Was there a question about that?
I don't know, but
we can definitely talk about that.
But I think that's what made my prep not miserable, but so tiring and so exhausting mentally. So I was kind of like, I had rice, salmon, or tilapia, whichever fish I wanted, and then green beans or asparagus. And then I had chicken or ground turkey with sweet potatoes and green beans and asparagus. So I had both of those meals twice a day, and then I had oats and egg whites every morning.
I need to freaking, like, for the YouTube, I need to put some pictures on the screen of some of my meals I had during prep, because I would put them on my story and stuff, but I was making some bougie meals, like, during prep. Like, I just put my time into, like, cooking, like, different things. Like, one time I made, like, macro-friendly sushi during prep.
I could never.
Like, my coach is fine with that, and, like, that's what pretty much kept me, like, stable mentally. It was, like, I could just, I mean, there's pros and cons to having a meal plan, having macros flexibility. Like, I think it's very, like, individual, too. Like, some people will thrive better off of a program, a meal plan, and some people won't. Like, I just really enjoyed having that flexibility with that, but obviously, like, different foods are going to have different impacts on, like, digestion, so I don't even know if that's ideal, I would say.
Yeah.
But then again, like, how'd you feel in a meal plan, like, digestion-wise? Did you feel your digestion was good? Were you able to have, like, normal, like, BMs and stuff?
Yeah, like, you should be having at least 2 to 3 BMs, like, daily, like, with proper gut health. And I was fine. I was doing just that. But, like, I did have broccoli in the beginning, and I realized that, like, that was causing my stomach flare-ups. So we cut broccoli out. And then towards, like, I got deeper into prep, I wanted more, like, volume in my meals. So I asked for, like, cauliflower rice. And then I had more flare-ups. So I literally couldn't really do much.
Cauliflower, that cauliflower rice can F me up. Like, even, like, now, it's like, if you have a lot of that shit.
Yeah, I stay away from that. It's not even good.
I hate that word. I try to say it in my YouTube videos so many times. Cruciferous veggies?
I don't think I've ever heard of it.
That's, like, the broccoli cauliflower family. Those are, like, they pretty much are, like, inflammatory. Is that the word?
Oh, yeah. Gross.
But, yeah, in moderation, they're okay. But if you have, like, a lot of them because you're in prep and you're trying to fill up volume, like, you're going to get bloated. But I was like, everyone called me the volume queen during prep, or maybe I called myself that. And I don't remember.
I think it's that
one. But my meals are like, I try to make them as voluptuous. Bri's word as possible. So I felt more full. What do we see? When in prep did you lose your period? I lost it in February, and my show was in April. So, February, was that like 8 weeks out?
I guess so.
I think around 8 weeks out, I lost it.
I lost mine like a month before show because I was actually supposed to have my period on show day.
Oof.
So I was like, Lord, please let me lose it. I don't want to have my period on show day.
And then packing list for show day / backstage.
Oh gosh.
Carbs.
Rice cakes. Any carbs that you can have.
Carbs.
A straightener, hairbrush, makeup
some
stuff
type of,
to
like,
freshen
pump-up
up.
bands.
Some
whatever water you can have. Bring like a blender bottle or something where you can measure your water intake.
Yeah.
Like if you only have like 8 ounces or whatever it is.
Some like
Salt,
Birks or like
sodium,
some
if you're doing
slides.
That. Yeah, slides. Something like a robe or a blanket because it gets cold backstage.
Especially if you're sitting on the floor.
Yeah.
It's miserable.
I had like a little luggage I would like push around and whatever.
Cute.
Anything else? We said brush.
I don't know.
That's all I can really think
Yeah,
of.
me
Those
too.
are the main things at least.
How you handled hanging with your friends while sticking to your goals. I did not hang out with my friends.
Yeah, honestly, beginning of prep, like early prep, like when you're a bunch of weeks out, you can make it work.
Yeah.
But when you're in prep, you really don't want to be like, it's gonna honestly make you suffer more if you're like going out with friends and and they're all like eating, and that's gonna make it, you're gonna be testing your discipline like so much more. So I honestly just like avoided those situations.
I only like surrounded myself with like people that I had to, like birthdays and special events and stuff like that. But other than that, I was like, I'm staying in my apartment. I ain't going nowhere.
So pretty much there's no balance with that in prep. You can try, but you do you.
Yeah, pretty much.
Snacks / food / curbing hunger / high and lows.
Sugar-free Jell-O.
Sugar-free things, at least when you're early in prep.
Yeah.
You're supposed to cut out artificials as you get further into prep.
So like Diet Cokes, sugar-free Jello, sugar-free tea.
Yeah, tea, coffee, those things are good.
tea, coffee.
Black coffee.
Gross.
High volume foods, that helps with hunger, spacing out your meals properly, drinking a lot of water, getting your electrolytes in.
I chewed gum a lot.
That can also bloat you if
Yeah,
you
I
have
did.
too much, so watch out for that. And then I don't know if it's a myth, but I thought I heard that gum can make you hungrier.
I think I was so hungry that when I started chewing the gum and tasted it, I was like, this is so good. And it just like kind of tricked my mind.
I guess it has its pros and cons, but yeah.
I was
Weirdest
obsessed.
prep food you can't believe you enjoyed at the time. That's a good one.
My food was all the same.
Okay, yours is... I definitely had something weird.
I had sweet potato fries and mustard every day. I love mustard.
I had so much mustard and hot sauce. Like, I would put that on everything.
It was to the point where sometimes I'd like measure out on a spoon mustard, even though it's 0 calories, but like sodium, and I would just like down it, and I was like, so good.
Yeah, I remember I was like, I hate mushrooms, but I was like sauteing up mushrooms and like vegetables.
Yeah, I can never.
Like,
I'm too picky
I
for that.
I can't think of anything like actually weird that I had, but like honestly, nothing was off the table. I probably would have eaten anything if it fit in my macros.
Can't relate.
What else?
Were you debating on other colors for your bikini? So we both had like some blue variation. Mine was like a teal, and yours was more like a royal. What color did you have in mind initially?
So I originally was like blue. That was like, blue has always been like my favorite color for like everything. Like blue.
Your phone.
Yeah, I love blue. So I knew it was definitely going to be a shade of blue, but then when I talked to my coach, I was kind of like asking her what she thought, and she was like thinking maybe more of a red or a purple. And I was like, Or, yeah. Another color I like is green. Like, there's some really pretty green bikinis. But I was definitely sitting on blue. My coach was thinking more of a red or a purple. But then I showed her, like, I think it was called Hello Indigo. So it's like an indigo. It was like royal blue with like a little bit purple in it. So I really loved it. That was my favorite.
Yeah, I was torn between blue or green, so that's why I went with the teal.
I really like the green with like brunettes.
And it was super pretty. And I think my next suit, I want red. Because I feel like with a nice tan, red would look so pretty. And I'm already kind of dark.
I agree. I think I would want to try green, because I remember there was one girl in my show, and she was wearing green, and it just like so different. I like it a lot.
It's really pretty. My friend who inspired me to compete, hers was green, and she looked so good.
How did you feel the day of the show? Tired, hungry, excited, all of the above.
I was kind of like numb. Like I was excited, but I was like, I just gotta go with the flow.
I think numb is a good word for it. But like I remember the only time I really got nervous was like 2 points. Was on the way to the venue. I was getting like super nervous, and then before I was stepping on stage, I was like so nervous it almost makes you a little numb.
Yeah, I don't know if I like got nervous. I think I was trying to talk to so many people at like the show and backstage and stuff to kind of like calm my nerves. So I was like talking to like a lot of the girls in my class, and we were just laughing and chatting. And then like once I was like right behind like the girl who was going before me, like right there, I was like, oh shoot, I'm next.
I was shaking.
I didn't shake. I was so scared that I was gonna mess up on my routine. Thank the Lord that I didn't. But
well, I feel like I would definitely be the person that would like freaking trip and like tumble off the stage.
The only thing that my posing coach, didn't teach me was like, or we didn't really go over as much, was like walking to the line and walking back.
That's like the hardest part, I think. More
and I was
so
like,
than even
what?
posing is like the walking with like your
the sass
up.
What are your biggest pros and cons in deciding to compete again? Oof. Pros, I could look good and probably nationally qualify and get my pro card. Cons, I don't want to have to diet again.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, pros,
I'm willing to do it.
Like getting our pro cards like someday, that would be really cool.
Yeah.
Cons, there'd be a lot of them.
I'm gonna do it anyway.
What?
I feel like we kind of shit on prep a lot in the last pod, so that would be all the cons that I would say. Is
Go back and listen.
You're getting unhealthy. You're getting a bad relationship with food. You're getting a lot of body dysmorphia. What else, Bri? We have an audience right now.
That's it. Just go watch the other episode.
Was that all the questions?
Yeah, pretty much.
We're at 30 minutes. We're really good at keeping these.
Alrighty. So that's pretty much all of the questions. Next episode, we're going to be talking about like post-prep and
Post-show.
everything that kind of
Post-show.
fell along with us.
Yeah, that's going to be a good one. That's going to be a good one to listen to.
Yeah.
Whether you're in prep, you're going into prep,
Or you
if
just
you're
wanna know.
post-show. Or if you're just curious.
Yeah, it's like, it's probably going to be my favorite episode. Because you'll hear it then.
Yeah, we'll get really, really vulnerable with y'all.
Yeah.
All the highs and lows.
Mainly lows.
Okay, but that is it for this episode of Prep Things. Thank you guys for listening. If you made it this far, please make sure to rate and review the show. You can leave 5 stars if you'd like on Apple Podcasts. It takes a second. And yeah, sharing your story for listening. We appreciate you guys, and we'll see you in the post-show episode.
See ya.